Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to PWA Live. I am your host, Christopher Billings. Ladies and gentlemen, my broadcast partner, Devin Wall, could not be here tonight. On your screen right now, you're seeing the bracket, the final bracket of the PWA World Championship Tournament. Later tonight, we're going to have Big Bronson taking on Nathan Roberts to find out who's going to go to PWA Adrenaline this weekend to compete against the winner of Randy Finkelstein and Elijah Endo. Ladies and gentlemen, that's coming up a little bit later tonight. I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. We are on a crash course heading into PWA Adrenaline. It is going to be an amazing weekend for everybody in TPP 2K. Tonight, PWA Live. Tomorrow, the FFW Breakdown Rumble. But right now, we're getting ready to get this underway. Zack Gates making his debut in PWA tonight against this man, Sammy Bliss, from Venice Beach, California.
Weighing in at 243 pounds, from Venice Beach, California, Sammy Bliss.
And like I was saying, this weekend is going to be a huge weekend for TPP 2K. Like I said, tonight, right now, we've got PWA Live. Tomorrow night, we have the FFW Breakdown Rumble. And then on Sunday, we have PWA Adrenaline. This weekend, TPP 2K, PWA, FFW, it takes over YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to be involved in any of the conversations of this weekend, tonight use a very special hashtag. Use TPP 2K Revolution. And let your voice be heard. You can tweet directly at the C Billings. As we're getting ready to get this underway, Sammy Bliss versus the debuting Zack Gates. And here we go, standing tie up here. As Zack Gates, a little bit bigger than Sammy Bliss. As Sammy Bliss here, sending Gates into the ropes. Quick duck under there. And goes for a hip toss, but no, Zack Gates turns it around with a hip toss of his own. But as you see, Sammy Bliss there firing back with that big elbow. Now a series of strikes. Those clubbing blows, ladies and gentlemen. And at this juncture, we're right at that turning point for PWA. And this championship bracket has been shaping up to be super amazing through the inception of PWA. And I'm interested to see who's going to be going to the main event this weekend, who's going to be competing for the PWA World Championship, as Bliss here into the cover with the 2 count. Like I said, I'm interested to see who's going to be the man that gets to fight for the who are going to be the 2 men that get to fight for the PWA World Championship. As Sammy Bliss here, a series of strikes backing Zack Gates into the corner. And now Sammy Bliss, planting the forehead of Gates right into that turnbuckle pad, aggressively into the cover here. 1, 2, and a 2 count there. And now Bliss going off the ropes, but Gates catches him, a tilt-a-whirl head scissor. Now what is Mr. Zack Gates? A quick snap suplex there with the float over bridge into it. And only a 1 count on Sammy Bliss, as you got to wonder, what can Zack Gates do, to put away Sammy Bliss tonight. It would be a great way for Zack Gates to make his debut by picking up a victory over Sammy Bliss. I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere. I'm not saying that Sammy Bliss is the lowest of the low, but Sammy Bliss has not exactly been on a hot winning streak as of late. A missed drop kick there from Zack Gates, as Sammy Bliss was able to get out of the way. And now Bliss here with a suplex from the ground. And now look at Bliss here, a rear chin lock, trying to cut off the circulation to the brain. But wait a second, Zack Gates fighting back here, ladies and gentlemen. Zack Gates, a series of elbows to the ribs there. And that jumping modified jawbreaker there from Zack Gates. And that'll definitely put you in a position where you don't want to be. But no, Sammy Bliss, a short arm clothesline, short arm style clothesline into the cover here. 1, 2, and a 2 count for Sammy Bliss as this matchup does continue. And ladies and gentlemen, I feel a little empty here at the broadcast booth without my broadcast partner here, but I'm sure that we will be all right. We can make it through this as Sammy Bliss here, raking his elbow right across the bridge of the nose of Zack Gates, and then slamming Zack Gates down in the corner there, right onto his spine, into the cover here. 1, 2, and another 2 count for Sammy Bliss on Zack Gates. And Zack Gates there trying to go for the legs of Sammy Bliss, trying to take out the vertical base here. And now Gates sending Bliss into the ropes. He catches Bliss with a quick Hurricane Rana with the cover here. 1, 2, and a long 2 count there for Zack Gates on Sammy Bliss. Very, very long 2 count. And that another big another huge snap suplex from Zack Gates. As Zack Gates here going very high risk here to the top rope. Oh my gosh, big shooting star press, hooking the far leg. This has got to be it here. 1, 2, 3, and that is all she wrote. And Zack Gates picks up a very impressive win in his debut here in PWA tonight on the weekend of PWA Adrenaline. So congratulations goes out to that man, Zack Gates. Now, who we'll be seeing in your ring just in a few moments. Tough break for Sammy Bliss, unable to defeat Zack Gates tonight. I don't think this is the last we've heard of Sammy Bliss, and I don't think that this will be the last that we see of Zack Gates. Zack Gates came out and looked very, very strong tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But for Sammy Bliss, there's really no shame in the way he lost. I mean, it was very fast-paced matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very fast-paced. And
beaten and cast aside. Always look the other way. Repent. But I'm coming back. One day I will be here. Repent. I will not stop. Not until I'm done. Everybody feels my pain. Repent. You will feel it. Within. Repent. You won't know when. No. And you won't know how. Repent. But you will know when it happens. Repent. You can't change the past.
Draven, you put up one heck of a fight last week against Big Bronson, but Bronson was able to pick up the win and is now one step closer to becoming the PWA World Champion.
Let me stop you right there. Look at me and look at him. Clearly management doesn't realize the potential I have. Why the hell would they put me in a match with some fat porker from Philly? I'll tell you why. It's because all my life people have looked down on me. They said I was the bad guy. Well, you know what? Tonight, I'm gonna be the bad guy.
as you heard there, huge words from Draven. Very upset with the way management has been booking him, apparently. The big man from Austin, Texas.
Weighing in at 261 pounds from Austin, Texas, Draven!
You know, and one thing I've noticed, last week, it was a heck of a battle for Draven and Big Bronson. Big Bronson came out victorious. Maybe it was because Big Bronson is bigger. I mean, Draven is in great shape. He just was not able to put Big Bronson away. And unfortunately, Big Bronson has been... it's not unfortunate. It's a great thing that Big Bronson has been on such a roll. It's unfortunate for somebody like Draven that he just has a natural disdain for the fans, and maybe for this business in general, so he doesn't necessarily get the endearing support that other wrestlers do. And if the roles were flipped, if Draven was supported by the fans, I think maybe Draven's career might have catapulted more than it than it's in the process of doing. Because Draven is pound for pound one of the toughest guys I've ever seen. Pound for pound, ladies and gentlemen. But his opponent tonight, is Jay Tong. And Jay Tong, for those of you that don't know, Nagoya, Japan, does not speak any English at all. And, typically during a match, you might be able to hear the wrestlers yell at each other once in a while. What happens if Jay Tong says something to Draven? Draven's not going to understand what he's saying and vice versa. As far as I know, Draven only speaks English, and Jay Tong speaks Japanese.
Weighing in at 219 pounds from Nagoya, Japan, Jay Tong!
As we're getting ready to get this matchup underway, this is literally David versus Goliath. Jay Tong versus Draven. Draven 260 pounds. There's a huge, huge weight difference here. And, it was made official earlier this morning that this young man, Jay Tong, will get to compete for the PWA International Championship at PWA Adrenaline. So that's gonna be interesting. But we have to see what happens. Is Jay Tong gonna make it to PWA Adrenaline? Because that might be the plan of Draven here, to make it so he can't even make it. As we're getting ready to get this underway here. And Draven here just pacing. And a standing tie up here. Look at this. And look at Jay Tong using his speed, not necessarily strength, but using his speed to try to get the advantage over Draven. And Jay Tong just trying to use mat wrestling ability to keep Draven down. And a big elbow there. Now wait a second, Draven getting himself back up to his feet. Now look at that, Draven just slamming Jay Tong right to the mat. And now a series of right punches, closed fists, ladies and gentlemen. But Jay Tong fighting himself out into the side headlock. And this is, look at a beautiful hip toss there from Jay Tong. And Jay Tong, a kick right to the solar plexus, to the chest of Draven. And Draven caught him, and big clothesline there. Now Draven's starting to go to work, starting to do what he does best, and that's slow the match down. Draven likes to work a very slow-paced style match. Draven likes you to feel every move that he does to you, but Jay Tong here not having any of that tonight, as Tong fighting back, big elbows right to the ribs, and a big uppercut there. Tong into the cover here. One. And only a 1 count, as Draven forcefully able to get his shoulders off the mat. Tong going off the ropes here. Runs in. Big drop kick right to the forehead of Draven. Again, into the cover here. 1. And another 1 count, as Draven able to get his shoulders up again. And, Jay Tong responds with an elbow there. And like I said, Jay Tong not having any of it tonight. Jay Tong has a great date with Destiny for this weekend, so Jay Tong, of course, wants to take as little damage as he possibly can. As Draven now slamming the head of Jay Tong into the mat. Wait a second, Jay Tong catches him. And another big uppercut. And Jay Tong's trying to get himself pumped up here. I think that's what Jay Tong is trying to do. He's trying to figure out how to take down the big man and how to beat him. Now Jay Tong sending Draven into the far corner. Runs in here. And a big chop. And now, look at this. The acrobatic style of Jay Tong. That big flying drop kick. And Jay Tong has been on fire tonight. He's just pushing and pushing and pushing, trying to make Draven work. And a series of elbows from Jay Tong. and a big a huge right hand there from Draven, but Jay Tong responds with an elbow. Then a beautiful standing drop kick. And like I said, I mean, Jay Tong has been on fire thus far, but wait a second, Draven able to turn it around, but Jay Tong turns it around for himself. Big side slam there, sidewalk slam, as Tong here trying to go high risk on Draven to the top rope here. And Tong leaps off, double axe handle to the ribs, to the back of the ribs, the kidneys of Draven there. And Draven catches the leg there and elbows him. And now Draven with that single knee gut buster. It looks like Draven is just exercising his strength, exercising his muscles right now. Sending Tong into the corner. And and he grabbed him by the ears and then slammed him right onto the mat. And this is what Draven is known for. Just being, and look, wait a second. Look at Draven here. Slicing out to the crowd. Big falling elbow drop. Into the cover and a 2 count there. But I gotta hand it to this young man. He is hanging in here against Draven, as Draven's just giving everything he can, but Jay Tong being very responsive tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Jay Tong, basic suplex. Wait a second, Jay Tong here. Oh, but Draven trying to get back to his feet as well. Wait a second, Jay Tong, another kick to the midsection going off the ropes, and a springboard kick. Now Draven getting sent, and like I said, Jay Tong's been on fire tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's giving it exactly what he needs, and Tong here setting something up. Big drop kick into the corner, sending Draven flying back into that back corner, and Tong now, excuse me, going back to the top rope. Draven catches him with a big right hand there. And wait a second, Draven here. Ooh, and a big DDT from the top rope, ladies and gentlemen. Draven might be setting it up. He calls this break your face, and that spinning elbow right to the bridge of the nose. And what the hell is Draven doing? Jay Tong's trying to get back to his feet. Wait a second. Draven has a steel chair. And oh Jesus! Using a steel chair, and look at this, and Draven just beating the holy high hell out of Jay Tong. And now Draven with the big spine buster right into the steel chair. And what is Draven? Wait a second. Tong trying to get back to his feet here. And Draven. Oh, another break your face, that big elbow. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have to take our first commercial break of the night. We'll be back in just a few moments. I can't believe the actions of Draven. Just disgusting, ladies and gentlemen.
Have you ever been late for a show? Didn't know if you were gonna make it on time. Never miss a beat with FFW Genesis or FFW Strike Zone. Follow on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch. Follow anywhere and everywhere. Just make sure that you always make it to the FFW Arena. Because doing this is a revolution, a change that is welcome forever. So join the revolution.
And we're back here, folks, and right before the break, we saw Tong versus Draven, and Draven got himself disqualified, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, this is going to set up one half of the main event of PWA Adrenaline this Sunday. We have this young man, Nathan Roberts, getting ready to take on Big Bronson, another David versus Goliath type match.
Weighing in at 210 pounds from Knightsbridge, England, Nathan Roberts.
As Nathan Roberts is making his way to the ring, Nathan Roberts is one of the most cold and calculated individuals in this tournament. Clearly, no doubt about it, no doubt in my mind, ladies and gentlemen. Nathan Roberts, he dissects his matches. So you got to imagine, how is Nathan Roberts going to dissect this matchup? Because Big Bronson is a big man, ladies and gentlemen. He's much larger than Nathan Roberts. We're talking 110-pound difference. So we're going to find out, does Nathan Roberts have what it takes to beat Big Bronson tonight? Is he going to be able to put Big Bronson in the Saxon lock? Is he going to be able to put Big Bronson out of his misery? Is Big Bronson going to get a guaranteed opportunity to compete this weekend at PWA Adrenaline for the PWA World Championship? We're just a few moments away from finding out. I'm excited. I hope you are. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you know what that siren means. You know exactly what that siren means. We all know what the siren means. It is time. It is time for Big Bronson, ladies and gentlemen. The big man of PWA.
Weighing in at 319 pounds from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Big Bronson.
As Big Bronson here getting himself pumped up for this matchup. This is a huge matchup for both of these young wrestlers' careers. Big Bronson has went through the paces in this tournament. He's had to fight big challengers, little challengers, mentors. He's had obstacle after obstacle thrown at him, and he's still been able to arise to the occasion. Now the question is, will Nathan Roberts be able to stop the momentum of Big Bronson, or is Big Bronson going to just steamroll right through Nathan Roberts? And we're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, there's a 110-pound difference between these two. So it's not just a couple of pounds. That's a very large difference. And here we go. And look at the size difference here. I mean, Big Bronson's huge and runs in big. And just Nathan Roberts tried to do a shoulder tackle there. Did not work. But Nathan Roberts now going after the back of the left thigh of Big Bronson. Quick duck under. Misses with that drop kick there as Bronson was using all that momentum going forward and moved out of the way. And now look at Big Bronson. Another big headbutt. And a third big headbutt there. And everything that Big Bronson does is huge, ladies and gentlemen. He's such a big man. Bronson, you're into the cover. One. And a long one count there for Big Bronson. Like I was saying, everything that Big Bronson does is huge. And it's his sheer body mass, ladies and gentlemen. But As you see, Nathan Roberts trying to fight back here. Nathan Roberts picking the leg and then going right after that left knee. And Nathan Roberts trying to figure out how he's going to put the big man away here. And it's tough, because if it was me, I would go right for that leg from the get-go, from the onset, try to lock in that submission as much as I can. That's what I would be doing. As Big Bronson now starting to have his way with Nathan Roberts, a series of strikes to the abdomen and then that big ear clap. Oh, and a big boot there from Big Bronson. And now what is Big Bronson thinking here? Big Bronson, a big throwing scoop slam into the ropes, sending Nathan Roberts flying into the ropes. And Big Bronson with that big leg drop there, hooking the far leg. This might be it here. 1, 2, and a 2 count as Nathan Roberts able to get his shoulders off the mat again. And Big Bronson, that clubbing elbow right to the side of the skull, and Nathan Roberts has not been able to get himself into this matchup. And then Roberts with a big drop kick, a desperation drop kick to the knee. Wait a second, Nathan Roberts now trying to pick apart that left leg of Big Bronson. Look at this, Nathan Roberts with that Achilles tendon hold here. Wrenching away on the Achilles tendon, the Achilles heel, so to speak. And look at this again, Nathan Roberts going right back for the leg. I think Nathan Roberts might have figured out what he has to do in this matchup environment. Wait a second, Nathan Roberts might be trying to set, and a kick right to the back of the thigh there. Nathan Roberts might be he's definitely trying to soften up the leg for the Saxon lock, and Bronson responds there with a big right hand and then a lunging headbutt. Bronson off the ropes here. Oh, and he didn't get all that clothesline as Nathan Roberts was able to move himself partially out of the way. He still took a brunt of that impact, but not all of it, as Roberts here into the cover. Look at the body size difference there. 2 count as Nathan Roberts grabs the hair. And like I said, as Nathan Roberts was in that pin, did you see the mass body size difference? I mean, Nathan Roberts was clearly outsized in that situation. As Big Bronson here, a big throwing scoop slam to Nathan Roberts. Now, wait a second, look at Big Bronson, a T-bone suplex into the corner. And like I said, Nathan Roberts has got to make something happen here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Into the cover here, 1. And a long 1 count as Nathan Roberts grabbed the rope, and the referee did notice Nathan Roberts grabbing the rope. So for the time being, Nathan Roberts has postponed the inevitable. As Nathan Roberts trying with everything he can to strike here to take down the big man. Roberts going off the ropes. Oh, and another big drop kick right to the left knee. And as you see, Bronson holding that knee gingerly. And I think that Nathan Roberts needs to focus all of his attacks on that knee if he wants to win this matchup. As you saw, wait a second. Big Bronson gonna slam down Roberts with the pin here. 1, 2, and a 2 count, a long 2 count, as Nathan Roberts may have gotten too arrogant with Big Bronson. And Big Bronson might be looking for it. A big right hand, another big right hand. Wait a second, Nathan Roberts responds with a big leg kick and then an elbow. Wait a second, Big Bronson, big overhead belly-to-belly suplex from the outside of the ring apron there to the inside, and Big Bronson calling Roberts to his feet. Big Bronson, this maneuver he calls this move the Jugger Bomb, that sit-out last ride power bomb. And ladies and gentlemen, that's got to be it here in the cover. Leg hooked, 1, 2, 3, and that is all she wrote. Congratulations goes out to Big Bronson, ladies and gentlemen. Big Bronson has guaranteed his opportunity to compete this weekend at PWA Adrenaline. So Big Bronson is one half of the main event for PWA Adrenaline on Sunday for the PWA World Championship. Congratulations goes out to Big Bronson. Ladies and gentlemen, backstage, we have Elizabeth Sims standing by with Randy Finkelstein, who has a match later tonight. I'm surprised he's actually in the arena on time. She's going to get a few words with him regarding his match a little later.
Randy, later tonight you have a chance to get to the finals of the World Championship Tournament. We just saw Bronson win his match, so you know that Big Bronson will be competing this weekend for the championship. Your thoughts?
You want to know my thoughts? It's simple. I go in, hit a net breaker, take my title. And after this, maybe me and you can hit up the clubs. Haha, Finkelstein style, baby.
As Finkelstein, very short, sweet, and to the point. Normally Finkelstein beats around the bush, but I gotta hand it to him. He said very few words this time. Finkelstein actually looks like he's being serious about this tournament. That's impressive. As we're getting ready to get this matchup underway, we've got the Idiota getting ready to take on John Lopez, ladies and gentlemen.
Weighing in at 210 pounds from Comic World, the Idiota.
As Idiota's the one guy on the roster, ladies and gentlemen. He can get everybody in the arena moving. I know if my broadcast partner Devin Wall was here tonight, he would be super excited. I know right now he's probably watching this from his phone on that airplane, going, man, I wish I could have been there. This is pound for pound probably one of Devin Wall's favorite wrestlers here in PWA. He really likes the Idiota. I like the Idiota. The fans in attendance like the Idiota, and it's just the Idiota is he's a great character, ladies and gentlemen. We love in PWA. We love the diversity that we have with everybody on the roster. That's what we love. And for the Idiota, though, he's got to bring that serious tone as he's getting ready to face John Lopez, as John Lopez is no stranger to going outside the rules.
Weighing in at 230 pounds from Hartford, Connecticut, the Prince, John Lopez.
As John Lopez, he does come from Connecticut. And tonight, PWA is live from Atlanta, Georgia. And we're just hoping that I'm hoping, to see the Idiota put John Lopez in his place, ladies and gentlemen. John Lopez kind of been on a winning and losing streak, so to speak. And I'm a little indifferent about this matchup. I'm not a huge fan of John Lopez, but at the same time, this young man, he can get it done in the ring. But I'm a huge fan of the Idiota, ladies and gentlemen. So we're getting ready to get this matchup underway. John Lopez versus the Idiota. One fall to the finish. We're getting ready to get this underway, and here we go. And it's the Idiota dancing right from the onset. And look at Idiota here coming outside dancing for the fans in attendance. But you can't do that and can't give Lopez a chance to turn around and gain an advantage, as Lopez here starting to turn it around after that big slap. But Idiota there, kick to the leg, another kick, a third kick there from the Idiota, sending Lopez into the barricade there, and now bringing Lopez back into the ring. The referee's admonishing Lopez and Idiota to bring it back in the ring. This matchup can end in a countout. As the Idiota here kick right to the ribs. And now look at Idiota flips in, but Lopez grabbed him in a big elbow. And now Lopez a slap right to the back of the head. It looked like he was trying to grab onto the mask. And now what is Lopez thinking? Lopez going off the ropes, and oh, that big front flip. as John Lopez here gaining control of this matchup. But again, the arrogance of Lopez. But even with as arrogant and pompous as John Lopez is, he still is able to maintain control in his matches. And I don't know if that's a blessing, you know, for John Lopez, or if it's just pure luck, as Lopez here spinning neck breaker. Lopez into the cover here. 1, 2, and a 2 count there. As John Lopez trying to, and a big slap. John Lopez trying to make something happen. And a big snapmare there for, and a kick right to the small, the back from the Idiota. Now the Idiota sending John Lopez, pulling him right back into that big boot, into the cover here. 1, and another 1 count there, as John Lopez able to get his shoulders off the mat. And a big headbutt from the Idiota. And like I said, for the Idiota, he wants to win this matchup. Idiota into the cover again. 1, and another 1 count as John Lopez refusing to stay down for a 2 count tonight. Now Lopez sending Idiota into the corner, runs in. And that big flying clothesline. Now Lopez right back in the driver's seat here. Wait a second, Lopez with a lifting power bomb, and that big buckle bomb sending the shoulders and the back of the head into that top turnbuckle post. 1, 2, and a 2 count there for Lopez on Idiota. But Idiota responding here. Idiota not going down without a fight. And now Idiota quick Hurricane Rana with the cover here. 1, 2, and a 2 count there as Lopez able to quickly get himself out of that. But now Idiota, a modified type arm drag, like a wheelbarrow arm drag, as Idiota here pushing his fists against the skull of John Lopez. Now wait a second, Idiota, a seated jawbreaker, and that may have knocked Lopez out, ladies and gentlemen. Idiota maybe should have went for the cover there, but Idiota going off the rope stops. And a kick right to the face. Idiota now into the cover here. 1, 2, and a 2 count there. And Idiota pounding, trying to keep offense on John Lopez. Now look at this Idiota with that surfboard stretch. And John Lopez has to, wait a second, look at this. John Lopez opening his arms wide here, getting himself out with a big elbow. And a dirty eye rake there from John Lopez. And another big slap, followed up by that big back chop. And now look at this. John Lopez went low and then he went high here with that big foot choke in the corner. And the fans here in Atlanta not very receptive to John Lopez. And now, Lopez that double foot stomp. And a kick right to the face. And wait a second, Lopez here raking the mask, trying to pull the mask of the Idiota, off of his head. But the Idiota responding in an aggressive manner here. The Idiota not wanting to stay down tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And a big elbow there from the Idiota. But the Idiota striking and a big head kick there from Idiota. Like I said, Idiota's just striking. He's striking John Lopez. And he's trying to keep John Lopez down, ladies and gentlemen. And now Idiota going off the ropes. And that big body splash there into the cover. Look at holding his hands high here. He thinks this is it, 1. And only a 1 count is Lopez able to kick out. And now Idiota runs in that tilt-a-whirl spinning head scissors. As Idiota now feeling it, he's starting to feel it here. Trying to, think of a good way to put away John Lopez. And now Idiota turning Lopez around in the corner. And as you see, Idiota dancing for the fans in attendance. And now Idiota setting something up. Look at Idiota pumping himself up here, running in. Oh, and just throwing all of his body weight at the chest of John Lopez there. And now Idiota, big headbutt right to the side of the skull. Idiota calling Lopez to his feet. Oh, wait a second, John Lopez. Oh, and a big low blow there. I don't think the referee saw that it was a low blow. Now Lopez into the cover. 1, 2, 3, and congratulations goes out to John Lopez picking up the win. John Lopez used a very underhanded tactic there at the end of the match to pick up the win. Unfortunately, I don't think the referee saw that low blow happen. That should have been a disqualification, ladies and gentlemen. As John Lopez celebrates in the ring, as we do have to take our final commercial break of our final commercial break of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Tough break for the Idiota, but John Lopez clearly stepped outside of the rule book to pick up the win tonight. We'll be back in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen.
What defines a revolution? Is it the company you keep? Is it the matches that you win? Is it the way that you wrestle? Is it the championships that you hold? No. A revolution is defined by who you are.
And we're back here, folks, and it is time for the main event of PWA Live tonight. Randy Finkelstein versus Elijah Endo. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this matchup will be facing Big Bronson this weekend, this Sunday at PWA Adrenaline. So everything is on the line for these two right now in this matchup.
Weighing in at an even 200 pounds from Jersey City, New Jersey, Elijah Endo.
As Elijah Endo here getting ready to make his way to the ring. Like I said, in this particular matchup, everything is on the line for these two. If you don't win right now, there's a chance you might not be competing at Adrenaline. And and if you do win, you're in the biggest match. You're in the main event of Adrenaline this Sunday. So, like I said, high stakes definitely for these two. The first time we saw these two go at it, we saw Randy Finkelstein suffer a minor concussion because Elijah Endo is as quick as a hiccup, ladies and gentlemen. He's so intense, so aggressive. But Elijah Endo has, the proverbial, all the skills to pay the bills when it comes to, what happens inside that ring. And Elijah Endo has so much tenacity. So I'm ready to get this underway. We know that Randy Finkelstein's here. He spoke with Elizabeth Sims a little bit earlier tonight, and we're gonna see In this situation, Randy Finkelstein did win last time against Elijah Endo, but is that going to be the case when everything is on the line here? Like I said, everything is on the line in this situation. There's no second place in this situation.
Weighing in at 227 pounds from the nearest nightclub, Randy Finkelstein.
As Finkelstein here getting ready to make his way to the ring, getting ready for his date with Destiny right now. This is going to be one of those matches, gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, you've missed tons of action so far tonight. This is the final for the PWA tournament, for the PWA World Championship tournament. That's happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final. There's no second place, ladies and gentlemen. Either you win tonight or you're going home empty-handed. And, Randy Finkelstein, basically, when he spoke with Elizabeth earlier, he said he was going to win. He's going to win the title, and he's going to celebrate. So for Finkelstein, that's his plan, but you got to believe that Elijah Endo would love to put some gold around his waist. As we're waiting to get this matchup underway, Elijah Endo versus Randy Finkelstein, the final match of this PWA Championship tournament. As Elijah Endo went to go in with the running knee, but Finkelstein moved out of the way, and as you see, Finkelstein already giving celebratory taunts. And Endo there, big spinning elbow. And Endo maybe signifying that he's going to try to end this quick, going right for the head of Randy Finkelstein. But Finkelstein, big uppercut slap there. But Endo with a big elbow and a big slap, or big uppercut from Randy Finkelstein. And Endo here dishing out some punishment as Finkelstein, big uppercut there. Finkelstein aggressively into the cover here. One count there. And now, and a big head kick there from Elijah Endo. Now Endo sending Finkelstein into the ropes. And a big power bomb there from Randy Finkelstein into the cover. 1, 2, and a 2 count as Elijah Endo able to get his shoulders off the mat at the last moment there. As Endo now trying to fire back, pulled a big hurricane rana there from Elijah Endo, hooking the far leg into the cover. 1, and a 1 count. Like I said, that front flip neck whip from Elijah Endo. And like I said, Elijah Endo is quick as a hiccup, ladies and gentlemen. Jumps in, big 450 splash, hooking the far leg. 1, 2, and a 2 count there. Almost got the 3 count off that springboard 450 splash. And now Finkelstein, though, trying to a series of strikes to the rib area of Elijah Endo. And like I said, Elijah Endo definitely would love to get some gold around his waist, and I'm sure that Randy Finkelstein would like to do the same. But Elijah Endo is quick as a hiccup, ladies and gentlemen. He can hit you from so many different ways. As Elijah Endo here might be setting up a big suplex. He's got Finkelstein up, and he plants Finkelstein in between his legs there on his face, hooking the far leg here. 1, 2, and a 2 count as Finkelstein able to get his shoulders off the mat. And Finkelstein, a big elbow there. As you see, though, Finkelstein staying aggressive in this matchup. Finkelstein is not being passive aggressive. He is being very, very aggressive. But Elijah Endo is being that much more aggressive as a basic suplex from Randy Finkelstein. Finkelstein again into the cover here. 1, and another 1 count there as Elijah Endo able to get his shoulders off the mat. And like I said, Elijah Endo is going to fight until there's nothing left. Big seated jawbreaker there. What is Endo thinking? Endo runs in, bounces off the ropes, and he took all of his body weight and threw it at Randy Finkelstein. He didn't hit all of it, ladies and gentlemen, but he hit enough of it. enough of it to take Finkelstein down, as Endo here looking to capitalize on the situation. Endo, that quick Hurricanrana, he tried that in the early goings of the match. It didn't work out, but it did work out that time. And now Endo here, look, like I said, as quick as a hiccup, going right to the top rope. And then, a big left hook from Elijah Endo. Big jumping leg drop there, hooking the far leg. 1, 2, and a 2 count there for Elijah Endo. And this has been a back and forth contest. You know, like I said, everything, all the chips around the line. Spinning clothesline there from Randy Finkelstein into the cover here. 1, 2, and Elijah Endo had his foot on the rope, but the referee was not calling for the break. So Elijah Endo had to get his shoulders off the mat. But like I said, all the chips around the line in this matchup. And wait a second. Endo overshot that rope run there, went to bounce back, but Finkelstein caught him and kicked him right in the face, and a big leg drop there, turning Endo inside out, hooking the leg here. 1, 2, and another 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. And now what is Finkelstein? Finkelstein sending Endo into the ropes. But Endo slapping. He just slapped Randy Finkelstein. He has Finkelstein up and then again plants him in between his legs. And now Endo. That float over neck whip. And look at this, Endo, Mat Wrestling 101 here. He's got Finkelstein locked in that leg submission and that single leg Boston Crab. And like I said, everything in this matchup for these two is on the line. This is make or break for these two. Is Finkelstein able to get himself out of that predicament? Finkelstein with a big elbow. And now Finkelstein has Endo up in a basic suplex. Again, nothing fancy about that suplex. A basic suplex. But it does the damage that needs to be done, ladies and gentlemen. And now Finkelstein here. And a big stomp right to the chest. And Finkelstein into the cover here. 1. And only a 1 count as Elijah Endo quickly got his shoulder off the mat. Finkelstein does not look impressed right now, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, Finkelstein. Basic scoop slam. Now look at, as you see Finkelstein starting to be very assertive in this matchup, trying to slow it down to take Endo out of his ball game. And Endo, big shoulder tackle there. And Endo here taunting to Finkelstein. As Finkelstein the referee's beginning his 10 count. Finkelstein here crawling, trying to get back to his feet. And look, you need to go focus on your match, Randy. That's what you need to do. You need to focus on your task at hand. The referee's counting. He's going to count you out, Randy, if you don't get back in the ring. Randy Finkelstein here, and Randy's still talking trash to me, as on your screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, Damon Ventor making his way down to the ring. There may be some unfinished business between Ventor and Endo. As Finkelstein, the referee's still counting. You're going to get yourself counted out, man. You need to get back into the ring. You need to go win your match or take care of it as and like I said, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen, you're seeing it right now. Elijah Endo here and Damon Ventor staring each other down. Randy, you need to get in the ring. The referee's up to an 8 count here. You're about to let Elijah Endo win this matchup, and look at the stare down here as Finkelstein is back in the ring now. And I don't think, and Endo realizes that. Wait a second, Finkelstein, he calls this move the donkey punch, that elbow to the back of the head. The distraction from Ventor may help Finkelstein move on. And now Finkelstein, he calls that move the disco ball, ladies and gentlemen. Hooking the leg there. 1, 2, 3, and that is all she wrote. Randy Finkelstein moves on to face Big Bronson at PWA Adrenaline this weekend on Sunday for the PWA World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, our journey has almost culminated. It culminates this Sunday. Don't forget, TPP 2K this weekend. takes over YouTube. We had PWA live tonight, We have the FFW Breakdown Rumble tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. And on Sunday, PWA Adrenaline. Big Bronson versus Randy Finkelstein, the PWA World Championship. Congratulations goes out to Randy Finkelstein picking up the win tonight, although he did do it in a controversial way. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you this weekend.